Hello, good afternoon, everybody. So I just kind of have a quick question. How many of you went to McDonald's for lunch today? All right, we got one of y'all who went to McDonald's. Okay. So yeah, McDonald's has a lot of prepared, ready-made foods for us to enjoy. It's pretty economical, right? Go to McDonald's, you can get a double, McDouble? No, not a McDouble. What do they call them? The double cheeseburgers, yeah. And how affordable is that just to spend like $1 or something on that? So, but here's the thing though about fast food industries. A lot of times we don't consider or think about how many trans fats are in there, how much sodium is in there, how much sugar is in the food they're preparing for us. So yes, it could be very convenient for us, but we don't realize how much of that bad stuff that we're putting actually inside our bodies. And recent studies have shown that children are, basically there's an incline in obesity amongst children. And in our nation, we're seeing a lot of obesity, we're seeing a lot of diabetes, type 2 diabetes, different types of diabetes. And again, this is all stemming from the type of diet that we have, that we eat, and the things we consume. So I want to talk to you guys today again. Well, first of all, my name is Sonia Smith. I'm sorry about that. I want to talk to you about how important it is to consider the things that we're eating, the things that we're putting into our bodies, the choices that we're making. And honestly, I've seen a lot of benefits, and I've been doing a lot of research on why it's important and how having a vegetarian diet can be helpful to each and every one of us. So I want to talk to you a little bit about a vegetarian diet equals better life, okay? And I think it's important that we consider maybe possibly converting to a vegetarian diet because it leads to better health. There's a lot of nutrients, a lot of things that we need from that diet in our bodies. It also can give us a longer life. And again, there's, like I said, just help us reduce chronic diseases. So there's, again, a lot of benefits for becoming a vegetarian or having a vegetarian diet. So you might wonder, gosh, a vegetarian, what do they eat? Maybe carrots all day, or what do they eat, right? So maybe there's some opinions that go around not really knowing what that is. Well, according to Harvard University, there are different types of vegetarians. The first one is called a vegan. A vegan is a person who has a very strict diet. They don't eat any type of dairy products, no types of meat whatsoever, whether it's red meat or any kind of poultry, they don't eat it. They just strictly eat vegetables, fruits, nuts, things of that nature. And that's what a vegan is. And so then the second type of vegetarian is a lacto-ovo-vegetarian. So this is the type of person that will eat dairy products, will eat eggs, and also consume all types of vegetables, fruits, and nuts. You have also the lacto-vegetarian, and this is a person who drinks or eats dairy products and consumes also fruits, vegetables, nuts, and so forth. The ovo-vegetarian is a person who eats eggs and again also consumes all the following, the fruits, vegetables, and nuts. And you have a partial vegetarian. So partial vegetarian is someone who is either a poultarian, and that's referring to a person who eats white meat, chicken meat, all kinds of chicken, but yet they consume, again, all the fruits and vegetables. And then you have the pescatarians, and so you're like, what's that? That's a person who eats fish. Okay, so similar to like a Mediterranean diet. So they eat fish, they eat all types of vegetables. And then you have the flexitarians. Now, I gotta say the flexitarians don't have a lot of credit toward them because these are the type of persons, people that consume all types of meat, and again, mostly it's red meat that I'm talking about. They'll eat red meat like once a week. So that's what a flexitarian is, someone who reduces their amount of red meat, but maybe they'll consume it once a week or so. Okay, so looking at the type of diet that vegetarians eat and non-vegetarians eat, let's look at a comparison on a food pyramid and what the United States Department of Agriculture shows now. If you look at the picture on the left-hand side, there's actually been changes to that food pyramid, and this is recent changes that were made. Before you used to have the meat category, has actually been changed now to protein. So protein can include all types of things from soy products, beans, lentils, things like that. And then you have the milk that actually changed to dairy. Okay? So if we compare the difference between the USDA food pyramid and also the vegetarian food pyramid from Loma Linda University, looking at the comparison there, you see that a lot of the pyramid shows fruits and vegetables being basically a bigger category. And your proteins has kind of been reduced. So that's basically telling us that more and more of the guidelines for what our food consumption should be is pushing away from eating meats and more proteins, less proteins, eating more fruits and vegetables and grains. Okay? So there's definitely advantages for eating a vegetarian diet, and there's also disadvantages of not eating a vegetarian diet. So a recent, a study that was done by Sunova Kustein back in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, they actually reported a study that was done back in the 70s from the Seventh-day Adventists. And what they did is they compared a study amongst 5,000 to 6,000 people, somewhere in that range. And the study was between men and women. And basically, this is what some of the studies showed. Compared to vegetarians and non-vegetarians, it shows that more surgeries have been conducted on females for ulcers, appendix, 32% versus 82.9%. And again, you kind of just look at some of those figures there, and just some examples of what the studies show. And then amongst the males, there was high blood pressure, 23.2%, versus males that were vegetarians, 14.5%. So clearly these numbers are showing us that, gosh, there is a whole lot of disadvantages of your health from not having a vegetarian diet. Okay. Well, let's talk about some of the benefits of basically having a vegetarian diet. And one that is that you can lower your risk for different types of chronic diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, coronary heart disease, colon cancer, things of this you can actually have reduced in your life, again, by the simple choices that we make and gearing more toward a vegetarian diet. And weight loss, gosh, so many people, they try to diet all the time, and diets maybe short-term, you can see some effects, but if you convert to a vegetarian diet, you're going to have long-term effects for keeping that weight off, right? So maybe you don't have to, go to the gym as often. Yes, it's good exercise, but you won't beat yourself up, if you miss not going to the gym there. Also, there's a study that shows that people are more energetic. They have a whole lot more energy, more activities going on in their lives, more exercise, things of that nature. Okay? And longevity. And this is kind of, iffy, it's a little skeptical, but some of the studies are showing, yes, that vegetarians do live a little bit longer lives, again, because they have a lower risk for chronic diseases. All right, so I know some of you might have thought when I first said, vegetarian diet, you kind of are thinking bland food, might not taste good. Look at these recipes up here. I mean, you can make this food fun, and it could be for all types of ages, from small children to a mother who's expecting, nursing moms. It could be an older age group. It really doesn't matter what age you are. A vegetarian diet is fit for all types of ages. And if you think about it, you look at other countries like maybe Asia and India. A lot of their diets are vegetarian diets, we've been around for many, many years. People in general, they've been around for many years. So this is a good diet to have. And you can always make it fun. I mean, look at those pancakes. Who would want to eat that pancake up there, right? Okay, so the food is very delicious. You can find recipes online. You can find recipes, books that you can buy in a bookstore. They're very, very easy to locate recipes for vegetarian diets. And again, they do have all the nutrients that the body needs. There is only one concern that is basically debated about for vegetarian diets, and that is that there is not enough vitamin B12 in that. That vitamin is actually found in the tissue of meat, but it's also found in other products. So green leafy vegetables, you can find it in that. Sometimes there's supplements that you can take. Vitamin B12 is very important to the human body. It affects the nervous system, your eyesight, all types of things. So it is definitely important to have that in your diet. So a well-balanced diet, a vegetarian diet, can give you all those vital nutrients that you need to continue going on and be very energetic and just, help you in the long run. Okay, so, you might say, okay, well, that sounds all good. I see the facts, I see the statistics. But man, I'm going to stick to my red meat. I'm going to eat that steak, once a week or twice a week or whatever it is. Or maybe, some of you grew up on a diet where you eat meat 2 or 3 times a day. Breakfast, you have your eggs and your steak or something. Lunch, you have turkey sandwich or whatever it is. But the point that I'm trying to make is that maybe little by little, if you just start gearing toward a vegetarian diet, maybe, like I said, you will eventually get to a point where you're accustomed to eating these types of foods. So don't stop cold turkey and say, okay, I'm throwing, the baby out with the bathwater, and I'm referring to your mistake there. But over time, just maybe once or twice a week, start with one vegetarian meal a week, and then eventually gradually start working your way up, okay? So, and then one thing I wanted to mention too is that vegetarian diet, there's several people that are well-known, very famous people. For example, former President Bill Clinton, he's a vegetarian. And then Carl Lewis, y'all know who he is, right? And all the medals that he won in the Olympics, he won 9 gold medals. So, it doesn't really matter what your physique is. This vegetarian diet is for everybody. So I encourage you all, and I challenge you to start with one vegetarian meal a day and then work your way up. Thank you so much.
Good job.